Hi everybody, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. Just a couple of apologies that I'd like to make before we start the video. First one, my neck is still in a really bad way, so I'm gonna try not to make any sudden movements because it is exceedingly painful if I do. So if I do and I wince, forgive me. Number two, I want to apologise for talking about this article today, because this article is unmitigated trash. And it's been created for one reason and one reason alone, and that is to try and generate hate clicks. That is why I'm going to remain complete and utterly calm for the duration of this video, because that is exactly what this is. Now, you may or may not be aware, but Kotaku are in trouble because their head company, which I believe is VICE, recently sold for a monumental loss. And that likely means that there are going to be some changes coming up. When? Exactly when? Not sure. But when things like this tend to happen, you seem to get a lot of layoffs and sometimes closures. Now, what exactly is going to happen at Kotaku itself? I don't know. I imagine a bunch of layoffs. Or they might not deem it remotely positive enough to continue and fold it. And the reason why companies like VICE, etc., are in so much trouble is because they all operate off the same algorithm. And that algorithm is hatred. Hate clicks. That's what they want. They want people to see a headline, to be annoyed about it, outraged about it. And so they click onto it, and they click on and they engage. It's a way to drive traffic to your site. And this has been very successful for a few years, but now platforms like Facebook have changed the way that they operate their own algorithms. And so the hate click algorithm doesn't work anymore. It doesn't drive the traffic to the site. So we can sit here and just go, well, it's because they're writing trash articles. Yes, they are writing trash articles. But the reason why they are writing trash articles is because they are trying to incite people through hate clicks to go onto the site, because that is what the algorithm is telling them to do, and that is what generates ad revenue, etc. And so I think the only reputable journalist you can say at Kotaku is Jason Schreier. I wish the chap was a bit nicer than he is, but he seems to be the only person at the company who seems genuinely passionate about at least his journalistic, drive. Everyone else seems to just create these hate-filled, purposely disingenuous, purposely misleading articles to get people to read them. So, well done, Geeta. You've got what you wanted. You got your attention. And I just want to kind of go through it so you don't have to. Because I'm not going to link this in the description box down below like I normally do. Screw it. Screw them. This whole article I just want to call out for exactly what it is. That's the purpose of this article. So if you want to source it yourself, go out there, go to Kotaku's website, source it out yourself. But I'm not linking this. And so the headline for this article is "Fans are concerned about Barret's voice in the Final Fantasy remake." This is incorrect. This is a lie. This is a lie. This is a purposely misleading lie to make people go, oh. Maybe a few people on TwitTwat, because we know that TwitTwat is the epitome of sensibility and not just an absolute cesspool that is actually, again, purposely designed to get people to argue with each other, to get people to engage with each other. through anger, through the ability to not say what you can really say due to the limitations of the text. So things can easily be taken out of context. That is what Twitter's there for. That's what drives their engagement. It is a cesspit, an utter cesspit. There are little rays of sunshine here and there, but for the most part, it is a cesspit. So, no, this title is incorrect. Yesterday, a new teaser for the Final Fantasy VII Remake dropped, and players got to see and hear more of the characters as they will appear in the new game. For the most part, the reaction is positive. In the case of Barret Wallace, the reaction has been mixed. This is a lie. All of it is a lie. First of all, let's just have a look at the ratio on the video. 32,000... I don't want to unlike. 32,000 likes and 685 dislikes. This is at roughly around a 97.78, 98% ratio. This isn't for the most part. This is overwhelmingly positive. So I know I might be being a little bit pedantic, but you have to be with articles like this, because the whole purpose of this article is to take things out of context and is to try and highlight them and operate off that. So I'm going to play the game back to them. The reaction of Barret Wallace has been mixed. What are their examples? One tweet. This is actually a member of Kotaku. 2 tweets. That is the examples that they're showing here in this article. And half of them is actually from another member of Kotaku. Let's have a look at the comment section, shall we? In the actual video itself. Because if there truly is backlash or a mixed reaction to Barret's voice, then there is going to be a lot of towards the top, because it goes by popular comments about I'm not liking Barret's voice. So no, nothing. Here we go. Okay, someone on Twitter compared Barret's voice to that of Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder, and I've been laughing about it. I'm laughing all day about it. That's not a mixed. That's a guy said something on Twitter and they laughed. Here we go. This is a negative comment about Barret. Crazy part, Barret sounds exactly like I imagined him all those years ago. This is going to be sick if they make it work. Oh no. It's actually a positive comment about Barret. Oh well, let's keep going. There is nothing wrong with Barret's voice. Yeah, that sounds mixed as well. And then you're scrolling and you're just seeing nothing, barely nothing. This isn't a mixed reaction to Barret's voice. This is an agenda for your article because you just want to turn it into a race issue. That's what you want to do. Now let's go to the most hilarious part of this whole thing. I've never played Final Fantasy VII. Now, I know they don't voice act in Final Fantasy VII, so you could say, well, that's okay. Because, he doesn't speak, so she's basing her opinion on the remake. That's fine. But it's what she says later on in this same paragraph. The same paragraph that starts with, I've never played Final Fantasy VII. I didn't learn that Barret was a pretty egregious stereotype of blackness until long after I had internalized the idea that my video game fandom was incomplete if I haven't played Final Fantasy VII. So, Geeta is taking as fact that Barret is a pretty egregious stereotype of blackness, but she hasn't even played the game. A journalist that's meant to deal with objectivity and evidence hasn't played the game and is taking hearsay as fact. You're a joke, Geeta. Your article is a joke. Also, this is the thing, stereotyping. Stereotyping being twisted into a form of racism or potential racism. If I was to go to America, or if I was to speak to my American audience, or my Australian audience, or my Russian audience, and I was to say to them, hey, do an impression of an Englishman, I reckon the most popular impression would be something like, oh, hello, what-ho, chaps, let's have a cup of tea. Because that is a stereotype of a posh Englishman. Does that make all those people racist? No. Not remotely. It's a stereotype. And stereotypes are created because of a body of people and trying to just come down to a common denominator with them. That is it. That is what a stereotype is. Because there is so much diversity, you just try and put it in a manageable window for people. It's absolutely unbelievable. Barret is a stereotype of a gruff black man in the English translation of the original game. Well, let's have a look at Barret, shall we? Let's listen to Barret. Let's hear how he sounds.
So, what's our next move, boss?
That's easy enough.
Yeah? He's got a gruff voice. Look at him. Built like a brick shithouse. Scars on his face. He's a soldier. He's a terrorist. He's a member of Avalanche. What do you want it to sound like? What's our next move, boss? I don't know. Maybe we should I don't know, plant some bombs and stuff. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think? Do you think it should sound like that? Do you think it should sound like that? Clearly, the voice actor doesn't know what on earth they're talking about. You know. Oh, wait. This is the voice actor for Barret. 75-year-old veteran actor, voice actor, Bo Billingsley. Done stuff in Cowboy Bebop, Notoru, stuff like that. Big body of work on television. But don't worry, I'm sure this veteran, trained voice actor doesn't know how to do a proper voice depicting the character that he's given, and Geeta's perfectly right. Oh, are you mansplaining it? Are you mansplaining me? Are you, trying to push down my voice? No, I'm doing your job, Geeta. I'm using logic and evidence. I imagine, I'm not trying to say what Bo's job is, but I imagine that when Bo gets a role, particularly of a voice acting role, that he looks at the character, plays around with the voice, comes up with a voice that he thinks depicts the nature of that character the best. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. But no, it's just all racism. It's just all racism, folks. And also, here we go. This is another beauty. Barret's characterization in this version involves an exaggerated black dialect, and his retranslated dialogue now also emphasizes Americanized ideals about masculinity. There's nothing wrong with masculinity. What are you saying? There's nothing wrong with masculinity. Men are masculine. Females, for the most part, are feminine. And there are exceptions to the rule in both camps. But that's why we have masculine and feminine. This article is trash. It's trying to incite and create something which doesn't exist. It's a creative choice by the black voice actor, Bo Billingsley, about this character. And who does Geeta go to for advice on how she thinks the voice should go like? Well, she goes to white Kotaku staffer Paul Tamio. It just shows why Kotaku is destined to go out of business. Their journalists are trash. Their articles are trash. Even if I just scooch this across, what's popular on Kotaku this week? How Sekiro reinvents the myth of the lone swordsman. Sounds okay. The quiet importance of idle animations. Okay. The 3D printed Labo headset. Where's all the social justice popularity articles? No one gives a shit. No one cares. It's trash. You're trash. This article's trash. Good luck finding a new job, Geeta, when the cuts come, because I'm pretty sure you'll be on the block. So I hope you enjoyed the vid, folks. If you did, do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming. Links down in the description box down below. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.